Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the BSGL. Today we are jumping right into the action as this is Game 4, Boston and Miami. Boston absolutely has to have a win in this game or else they will get eliminated and be the only team to be swept. As well, Miami jumps out to a 3-0 lead off the 3 from Kanye Jordan. As here's Parker Puff running it inside, whips it out to Leto as the shot clock winds down, as he seems to be their go-to to get a contested jumper at the end of the shot clock, and he seems to hit quite a few of them. It's now 3-3. Parker Puff dries in, hits a floater, and it is now 5-3. So here's Jordan, a little pump fake at the end of the shot clock. He hits another 3. He's got 6 to open up the game here for Miami, but they are down 5 here. As Achille Antonov just throws up a little layup and puts it in. So here's Stackhouse down the lane. Nobody got in his way, and it's back to a 6-point game. Is now at 8. Here's the Hilltoppers. Leto looking, goes inside to Puff, and Puff's got 2 easy points in the face of Cauley Stein. 10-point Hilltoppers lead. Now it's 12. Parker Puff again down the lane, pull up on the drive, and he got it. As it is a 14-point Hilltoppers lead. Flamingos next possession. That one's stripped away by Parker Puff, and he's headed right the other way. And I'm sure we can just expect a little easy layup. Just kidding. He throws it down with the right hand. And it is not looking like the Hilltoppers will be eliminated today, as there's an inside pass to Antonov as he dunks on Parker Puff a little bit. And you know Parker Puff takes that personally as he goes down the lane and throws one right back down in the face of Antonov. A little back and forth here as there's Leto down the lane. He's going to bank one off the glass and get the and one, hit the free throw. And Boston has doubled up Miami, now leading by 18. Here's Stackhouse going inside to Antonov again. Looks like he thought about the dunk, but just decides to lay it in. Is now 16-point lead. Puff at the rim again. He is slamming their way to a victory here in Game 4. As here's Cauley Stein at the rim again. He puts it off the rim. Antonov there to clean it up, though. And it's back down to 15. Flamingos again on offense. Here's Strawberry, who we don't see a whole lot from. But the starting power forward gets a nice bucket as here's Eastern for the Hilltoppers. He gets a little bump, just decides to pull the 3, and he gets the kind roll. 44-15, now 46-20, yeah, 46-29 as there's Antonov slamming it home inside. That's our MVP. Let's look at Parker Puff. Read the play perfectly, gets the strip, goes the other way and throws it down. As it is a 17-point Hilltoppers lead as Antonov dunking one of his own here. Trying to get the home fans off their feet a little bit, maybe give them something to cheer about because they are down 19 here as Puff flicked that one away and it lands in Antonov's lap and he throws it down. As here's, I think that's Green. No, it's Carson on the inside. He puts in an and one and the free throw. So now it's back down to a 14-point game. How about that pass from Stackhouse? The old spin around behind the head, throws it over to Antonov. As here's Puff downtown. His 3 is good. Hilltoppers all over the Flamingos in this one, up 15 with less than 4 to go. And here's Eastern to the corner. Parker Puff again for 3. That's money all day when he's that open. Now it is a 20-point lead. Here's Jordan. You know he's going to hit that. He's way too open. But a 17-point lead here for the Hilltoppers. With just 2 minutes to go, they're still up 17. As there's Antonov catching a lob. Look at the big man get up. But it will be a 13-point W for the Hilltoppers. They do not get swept as they take Game 4. So checking out the box score on the game that we just saw, the Hilltoppers did end up winning this one, obviously. Achille Antonov 30 and 20, 21 for Jordan. Nobody else really did much of anything for the Flamingos. They got absolutely hammered in this game, much to my surprise. 40 for Parker Puff, who finally decided to show up, and 33 and 10 for Leto. As now it is time for us to do some simming. We are going to sim past pretty much all of the Game 4s that we don't need to watch that aren't elimination games, as Brooklyn and Toronto's game is not, that one, and then the whole west side. So let us go ahead and do that. So after these simulations, we can see that the Cobras are up 3-1 now on the Huskies. Huskies in jeopardy of getting eliminated. 28 for Bradley, 15 for Justice and a Flalo. Good God. Boomshay had 13. Evanstone 24, 12 and 6. 22 for Dyson and 15 for Kukoc. It was just a 2-point loss for the Huskies, but you definitely don't want to lose that game at home and then have to go back to Brooklyn for Game 5. As the Charlotte Cougars took yet another game, they won this one by 11 to tie the series up 2-2. 28 for Akibono, 23 for Shang, or 23 rebounds for Shang, good lord. 19 for Carvacho, and Ming had 10, 6, and 10 down here. Pretty good game for him. As White had 28, Hardy had 15, and Figueroa had 14. As I think I called this guy Honeycomb last time. It's Honeycut, so I don't even know how long he's been on the roster. They must have called him up or something. As why didn't we get to simulate Oh, yeah. Simulate the Royals and Brigade game as well. Royals take a 3-1 lead over the Brigade. 18-point game for McKenneth, 18 and 14 for Dewan, and then 17 for Woodard and Baldwin, as they do lose this game by 6, and they have to travel back to Anaheim for Game 5. 35 and 12 for Rich Mack, 18 and 12 for Kenny Dimes, and 11 and 11 for Van Breda Kolf. Blaze are now up 3-1 on the Pioneers as they stomped them in this game by 36 points. 21 for Shaw, 14 for Cunningham, and 12 for Spears. For the Pioneers, and then for the Blaze, 40 for Riley, 18 and 20 for Pittsnoggle, and 18 for Alabaster. Pretty big games for them. Pandas continue to make their way to the gentleman's sweep, as after Game 1 they have won the last 3. They won this one by 34, 17 for Bates, 16 and 14 for Strawberry. His Fung was down here with just 10, only shot 9 times. Newman had 23, 22 for Sunming, 19 and 16 for Houston, and then 17, 13 and 12 for Midas Khan. Pretty big game for him. And the Sting tie up the series with the Buzz. They won another one in Sacramento by 20, as Quigley had 24, Lyons 18, and then Williams 15, 11, and 9. Pretty big game for him. Bohannon had 20, and then DeAndre Johnson had 15 points, 19 rebounds, and 12 assists, as they do lose this game, but he did have a triple-double. So we are going to go ahead and simulate to the Bisons and Pandas game. As the way this might end the Enforcers and Shift series, as yes, the Chicago Enforcers are out of the playoffs. They do get gentlemen swept by Indianapolis. I did not watch this elimination game, just try to get things going faster. We couldn't watch all of them for sure, because there are 3 over here, and then there were 3 over here as well that could have been eliminated in Game 5. So we really don't want to watch all those. The Hilltoppers take Game 5 away from the Flamingos, and they get to go back. Or they have to go to Miami for game 6, but they do take this one. 17 for Eastern, 16 for Sullivan, 15, 11, and 13 for Parker Puff, as Antonov had 28, 13, and 7, 20 for Stackhouse, 13 for Nanaji and Carson. As I don't know if we even looked at this game. Yeah, the Shift, they do get the W. James Long 21 and 11, Foster 19 and 11, Little 17, Waiting Rymond had 10 and 12, as Mosley McAfee had 21, Morris 19 and 10, Will Trust 13 and 11, and O.J. Hawkins 13 and 11, but they did lose the game, and they are out of the playoffs, sadly. As I think we are going to go ahead and watch the Bison's Panda game in Game 5. Pandas are back at home for this one, and they could get the elimination with this game, so it will be interesting to see if the Bison can hang on any longer. So let's jump right into that game. So here we are for Game 5 back in New Orleans, as the Bison need a win here to stay alive in the series, and obviously the Pandas looking to not make that happen, as here's Midas Khan getting a bucket with just 13 seconds into the game, as here's Ahern going inside to Strawberry. He gets a nice slam, and it's all 4s here early. Here's Lu Feng going at the rim. Somebody's got to get in the little man's way as he throws one down. Now 6-4. Here's Midas Khan on a putback, making it 6-6. After a missed free throw, it's 7-6. Midas Khan mid-range, step back, money. 7-6 again. Here's Fung. His mid-range step back, also money. As the Bison retake the lead, almost called him the Buffalo there. As Midas Khan again, mid-range pull-up, got it to go. 10-9 now in the Pandas' favor. Here's Fung finding Davis Reitzel at the rim. He's going to punch one home, and the Bison have a 1-point lead. No good from the Pandas. Khan inside, got it to fall, and one as he hits the free throw, and it gets through the old-fashioned way. Let's see if the Bison can respond. They can. Here come the Pandas the other way. There's Hayes throwing one down. 4-point Pandas lead now, as Fung bringing it the other way. He's going to throw it to the corner. Baseball pass to Iguodala, who hits the 3, and the Bison now down 1 again. Here's Lu Fung inside. Lefty hook. Got it to fall. 4-point game now. Ahern inside. He's going to jam it with the right hand. Look at him get up on the vertical. He's now back down to a 1-point game. Here's Bates. Haven't seen a whole lot of him or Towers, but they just found each other for a nice slam. How about that inside whip to Ellington as he grabs his own miss and throws it down. Now all tied up at 27 as we go into the second half. Here's Bates, and he thought about going up, sees Midas Khan, and drops it off to the big man who slams it. A very nice play there from Bates. As here's Lu Feng coming up with the steal. We know he can play defense as he rocks the rim on the other end. 4-point Bison lead now down to 2. Sun Ming goes to Khan. Mid-range. Another one falls. 31's here in the third. Here's Bates on the fast break. He's going to punch one down, and the Bison retake the lead. Midas Khan goes to Newman in the corner. No good. Midas Khan there again for another putback slam. As back and forth we go. It's been very close all game as Lu Feng going to throw one down with the right hand. 35-35 now. Pandas ball again. And Lu Feng ends up with another jam. Here is a Hearn, I think it was, that got the steal. 1 point lead now into the fourth. Here's Bates again finding Strawberry as he throws down another one. And it's down to a 2-point game. Here's Houston inside. Big man's jam. And it's a 2-point Pandas lead. Sung Ming just has to pull a 3 here at the end of the shot clock. And it lands in Midas Khan's lap, who puts it in. 4-point game. Here's Midas Khan one-on-one break with Towers. Pull up in the mid-range. Got it to fall again. He's been money from there all series. 6-point game with 2 minutes to go. Bison season on the line as Bates drops in another one. This time to Towers, who slams it, but it's still a 6-point game. Minute 30 inside to Khan. He jams it home, and Towers fouls him. So now Khan hits the free throw to make it a 9-point game. Now 7 with a minute left. Back down to 9, or back up to 9. As it's still at 9, here's Davis Reitzel going inside. Midas Khan basically seals the series with this block as the Pandas do come out on top with a 10-point lead in Game 5 and eliminate the Oklahoma City Bison. Checking out the box score on the game that we just saw. Midas Khan ends up with a 48-point, 20 rebound, 5 assists, 2 steal, 5 block performance. A very good game from him. He's looked incredible these playoffs. 20 for Hayes and 16 and 13 for Houston. As for the Bison, Lu Feng put in 20 and 10 in his last game, and Strawberry put in 16. Not a whole lot for the Bison there. They didn't shoot the ball great at just 35 and were only hit 2 threes out of their 15. We're going to go ahead and swing into our next game, which will be the Blaze and Pioneers. So here we are in Arizona as the Portland Pioneers take on the Arizona Blaze. The Pioneers in desperate need of a win here, as if they lose, they are out, as Copeland gets the game started with a nice reverse jam. So here's Richmond finding Riley. He's going to hit a jumper in the mid-range, and it's 4-0 Blaze early. This is not what you want to see if you're a Pioneers fan, but Spears going to nail a deep 3 and get him right back in this game. His first bucket of the game and the team's first bucket. Here's Alabaster. He's going to get stripped, and the Pioneers come the other way. It's going up. That's a huge jam, and it's 9-8. Now Blaze the other way. I believe that's Richmond. Goes inside to Alabaster, who punches it down with both hands, and back and forth we go. Here's another slam from Youngman as he gets up. 12-11 now. Baker goes to Alabaster. Why not? The big man. He hits the 3. 4-point Blaze lead as we end the first quarter. Now up 6. Here's Riley in the middle. He just goes up with the left, and Spears fouls him. So Riley hits the free throw, and it is now a 9-point game. As here's Copeland. Copeland swings it over to Riley. Riley for 3. You know that's good. Can't give that man any room as it's 15-25 now. Mid-range jumper, no good. Pitts snuggle there to clean it up. As look at the athleticism from the big man. He may not be pretty, but he can play basketball. As it is now 15-28, now 19-23. Blaze all over the Pioneers here as Riley finds Richmond. Richmond from outside, he got it to fall. 35-19, now 21-37. There's Shaw with a mid-range shot, no good, and Spears is there to clean it up as it's 23-37. Johnson goes to Riley. Riley pull up 3 on the break. He got it to fall. 17-point lead now for the Blazers. Here's Spears. Crafty spin move, just bullying his way inside, and they're now down just 19. As here's Riley inside again, floater. He's been money all game. It's 29-50 now as the third quarter winds down. As here's Riley again on the break. Man's jam there from Riley, and it's 33-52 now in the fourth as Shaw throws one down. Riley thought about catching a body, but decided not to, which was probably a good idea as he hits the floater on the other end. 35-54. Riley again the other way. How about another jam from the Ginger? As it is 37-56 now. Here's R.J. Miller coming down the lane. He flips one in with the left hand and gets the and one. Hits the free throw as well, but it's still a 16-point game with just 2:16 to go. As here's Riley again, mid-range, 18-point game. As it's looking like the Portland Pioneers will be eliminated. As in, if you needed any more proof, here's Copeland absolutely throwing one down as the Arizona Blaze eliminate the Portland Pioneers here in Game 5. Checking out the box score that we just saw. B.J. Riley had 38 and 10, a nice game from him. 15 to 35 is not too terribly great, but still had 38 points. 23 and 10 for Alabaster, and then 12 and 26 for Pittsnoggle. Spears led the way for the Pioneers, but they really didn't fight in this game. 12 and 12 for him, and then 10 and 9 for Shaw, and he was only 5 of 20. As let's go ahead and go into our next game. So let's check out the box score on that one. Rich Mack had 28 and 10, 21 and 7 for Rogers, 16, 8 and 12 for Kenny Dimes, and then 10 and 10 for Van Breda Kolf, 22 and 11 for DeJuan Jones, 20 for Van Arsdale, and then 17 for Woodard. I didn't really want to watch that other Brigade game just because they kind of got clapped in the first one. But the Huskies putting up a little bit of a fight. They win Game 5 in overtime in Brooklyn, so they head back to Toronto for Game 6. Dyson had 23, Stone 20, 12, and 12, a triple-double from him. 8 assists for Dyson, as Justice had 25, and then 20 and 13 for Bradley, 15 and 11 for Raven, and 14 and 11 for Thornburg. As the Cougars take a 3-2 lead over Detroit. They win Game 5 in Detroit and get to have Game 6 at their house. As Figueroa had 23 and 14, Doug White 22 and 17, Manchin Guana had 19, so Akibono Shang put in 31 and 19, Cambridge 18 and Adams 18. Some big games from them. As in the one series we have left over here in the West, Utah wins Game 6, or not Game 6, Game 5 in Sacramento. Big win, 23, 16 and 11 for DeAndre Johnson, 21 for Bohannon, 19 for Warley Tolbert, 18 and 10 for Garuba, 17, 7 and 6 for Williams. As I think, what game is next? So we are going to watch the Titans and Cougars game, but real quick we can see that the Flamingos did get it done at Boston at home in Game 6, and they get the win. Kanye Jordan puts in 26, Akili Antonov 22, 17 and 22 assists. Good Lord, huge game from Akili Antonov. Only took 12 shots, but hit 9 out of them. 21 and 10 for Nanaji, and 21 and 10 for Stackhouse and 20 for Nanaji, as they put up 147 points, allowed 122, but still 24 for Hollencorn, 24 for Eastern, 19 for Puff, 16 for Childs. There's some pretty big games there, but let's go ahead and go to the Charlotte, as the Titans need to get a win here on the road or else they will be eliminated. For our last game of the episode, we head out to Charlotte, and we see Detroit find themselves in a winner-go-home situation here in Game 6. They have to have this road win to advance to the next round. As here's Manchin Guana putting a shot up, no good. Doug White is there to clean it up, as this series has been a battle of big men the whole time. And speaking of the big men, here's Shang hitting a nice inside jumper, and it's 2-2. Here's Freddie Figueroa, a little too much room on the outside. He pulls the three and knocks it down. If they can get him going and have him have a big game, maybe take a little bit of the workload off this man right here, Doug White, they'll definitely have increased chances of winning, as Doug White easily scores on the post in there against the little man. So here's Shang finding Cambridge outside. Cambage's three, no good. Guess who's there to rebound it? It's Shang among four black jerseys, and it's 9-4. Manchin Guana floater, no good. Akibono Shang says no as Snow picks it up. Snow 2-on-1 against Doug. Just decides to put it up. No good. Guess who's there? It's Akibono again. He's been feasting here so far, but he's still down 13-6. As here's Honeycutt. He goes inside to Shang. And one. Akibono Shang. He puts in the free throw to make it 13-9. He wants to get this series over with. But some bad defense here as he lets Doug White go right around him and score right at the rim. It's 15-9 now. Honeycutt again to Shang. Throws the lob up to the big man who punches it home. So here's Doug White getting double-teamed. He finds Green for three, and it's back to a 7-point Titans lead. Green again here on the inside. He's going to throw the lob back to Doug White, looking like D-Wade and LeBron, maybe just a little bit bigger. As here's Carpenter. He's going to hit a three, and the Titans lead now by 6. As here's Ming looking around, goes to Cambridge. Cambridge, a little too much room. His three is good on the very next possession. So 25-22, now 29-25. Here's Kabar Kappa, goes inside to Shang. Shang puts it in. I do believe that was Kabar Kappa that passed into him, as Shang hits the free throw, another and one for him, and we're all tied up at 29 with a minute to go in the half. Shang at the rim, right past Doug White, as he shakes the whole building on those way down, 29-31. Here's the pass to Ming. Ming, shot in the corner, no good. Shang, rebound, puts it in. And it's 39-37 here late in the third. Freddie Figueroa thought about the step back in the mid-range. Instead, he dumps it into Doug White, who throws it down, and they now have a 6-point lead. Here's Manchin Guana, throws the lob to White, who couldn't quite get the slam on it, but taps it in nonetheless. 8-point game now. Cambridge, slam, make it 6. A nice roll there from Cambridge. And here's Doug White off the screen from Hardy. Hardy goes to Green on the wing. knocks it down 48-39. As here's now it's 50-41. Figueroa looking around. Shot clock winding down, or game clock. Doug White screen. His three is good with .2 left in the third. Figueroa hits a three, and it's a 12-point lead for the Titans headed into the fourth. Sis Figueroa driving again. He goes up and puts it in. Freddie Figueroa gets the and one here to start the fourth. And his squad now leads by 9. Akibono against Doug White just bully balling his way to another bucket. And it's now a 7-point game. 4:40 to go. Inside, Figueroa. He's going to slam this one home. What a pass and what a jam. 7-point game again. Figueroa off the inbound. Goes up again and gets another and one. He would miss his free throw this time, but it's an 11-point game. Make it 9 again as Akibono Shang goes down the lane and hits, or just slams it home. Shang again here inside. Another layup. Too easy for Akibono. It's a 7-point game now down to 5. Figueroa driving around his man, going up again. He just keeps getting around Ming. So it's now a 7-point game. Shang inside again. Can't put it in. Second chance effort. Got it. 7-point game. Have to get a stop here if you're a Cougars fan. Figueroa trying to work on Ming. Goes inside. Goes up. Blocked by Shang, but it lands in Doug White's hand, and Ming fouls him. And one for Doug White. It's a 9-point game. Make it 10 with less than 30 to go. And ladies and gentlemen, we will head to Game 7 in Detroit. So here we are checking out the box score on the game. We can see that Akibono Shang had 49 and 22 and 9 blocks. A huge game for him. 21 of 26, but it's not enough to get them the win, as really nobody else on his team did much. Figueroa also had 45, 37, and 28 for Doug White. Some huge games from that dynamic duo to force Game 7. As we can see that the Huskies did not get the win in Brooklyn, or did not get the home win in Game 6. They lose by 1 point in overtime. There's a lot of these games in this series went to overtime, but Bradley had 33, Justice 29, and Boomshay 25, but it was not enough to get them the win. They are eliminated as Evanstone had 41, 11, and 8, a huge game from him, 28 from Dyson. So if we go over to Utah and Sacramento, Sacramento forces Game 7 with the home win in Game 6. Williams had 25, 7, and 8, Lyons 18, Clark 16, and no clue, 26 or 24 points for him, 16 for Bohannon, 14 for Warley Talbert, and 13, 10, and 12 for DeAndre Johnson. That's a triple-double, as we will watch the Game 7 of these two series in the next video. But if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see all of you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.